Here again with another Lucifer Season 5 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you are caught up to the point where I am at rewatching or watching Lucifer, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you find out that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And for all of you out there that are wondering, this is indeed my first time watching the show Lucifer, so join me on the journey and let's discuss the show in the comment section, along with the legendary Crazy Coffee Man, who is the foremost Lucifer expert that I know. Interact with him and let's discuss this show. With all that said, this will be Lucifer Season 5, Episode 14. The title of this episode is called Nothing Lasts Forever. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So Chloe finds out that Lucifer's potentially going to be the new god. Heaven's never been a democracy. Chloe's upset about it. She's trying to wrap her mind around what this means for us. Detective, this is a good thing. Trust me. Dead body at the an aquarium. The owner is questioned, or they ask the owner stuff about the victim. I don't remember exactly where that happens at, but I forgot to include that. Ella says you can imagine being ripped apart by a shark to Dan. Lucifer says that sharks are one of Earth's most misunderstood creatures. The victim was murdered before being dumped in with the sharks, Ella thinks. The victim ran everything at the aquarium. Amenadiel comes to this crime scene. Father's back, he tells Lucifer. Oh, bloody hell. Gabriel talks to Lucifer and Amenadiel. I don't know who some of these people were off the top of my head. There's kind of a buff guy that's there, and I don't know what his name is, but Gabriel's there. She talks to Lucifer and Amenadiel. Remy's there. She tells Amenadiel it's so good to see you, or it's good to see you. And then Father, hello, my sons. Welcome to my retirement party. Can you smell what I'm keeping? Did I put keeping? Didn't he say cooking? I don't know why I put keeping, but Gabriel wants to know who will be the new god. Who will be the new god? And Lucifer says, it's going to be me. Remy says she can't support this decision. Lucifer tells Chloe there's a speed bump in him being God. He's going to set up God's retirement plan. Lucifer and Chloe question a suspect who was screaming over the phone with the victim, which leads to another suspect. I wasn't paying attention to the new characters that were in this episode. I was just kind of watching the episode, trying to get through it quicker. Linda meets with Maze. Maze says that Eve is going to happen. Maze thinks that she's going to hell. Lucifer and Chloe are at now Jeremy's place. God and Penelope Decker have also arrived, so it's like a double date thing. Penelope says it's good to see you two finally together, and then Penelope talks about John Decker, Chloe's dad, and then God says children blame us for everything. Maze was going to kill a dog or slice it with a knife, but she couldn't do it because Amenadiel walked in. She was trying to change her hell loophole, or her hell loop. Amenadiel tells Maze that Lucifer's planning on taking over for God. Chloe asks God about what kind of life balance he had. Lucifer asks the waiter there about having an endangered animal as like a delicacy there, or a special menu. And then the owner, Jeremy Morgan, maybe he's related to Dexter Morgan, stops by, compliments Penelope Decker, and he talks about the secret menu. They're served panda, and Chloe tells Jeremy that he's under arrest. Ella has a session with Linda, helping someone wasn't her first, second, or third thought that was potentially going to get run over by a car, or hit by a car because they weren't paying attention. And Linda says Ella has been seeing her since the whole Pete thing without taking time off, other than like a day off, your normal days off. Everyone thinks I'm a good person, Ella says. This darkness is such a part of who I am. Jeremy says he had nothing to do with the victim's death. God says Penelope is lovely, but she's too young for him. There's only one woman that he will ever love. God tells Lucifer that he never wants to hear Lucifer speak of his retirement again. God and Amenadiel are golfing. Amenadiel tells God that Lucifer does well when you put a little faith in him. Michael's the first one that noticed God was losing it, that Amenadiel finds out. The victim was selling her fish to Jeremy. Lucifer's fighting with a kendo stick now, doing pretty well, and even a sword is no match for Lucifer. I don't know if it was a sword, like a longer knife. I don't know what the hell the technical term of it is called. Maze gives her ring back to Lucifer because Eve doesn't want it. Maze wants to be the warden of hell. She wants to control who does the torturing. God goes to see Ella. He tells her that he can tell that she's struggling with something. Ella says her hunch paid off. Chloe tells Dan God is retiring and Lucifer is taking his place. Dan tells Chloe that Lucifer's crazy about her and he knows that she's crazy about Lucifer. The owner of the aquarium, Elizabeth Newman, we find out killed the victim. For some reason, that was really obvious during their questioning of her, or their asking her questions, because it's like they talk to the whoever ends up being the killer, and then they're like gone for like the next 3 or 4 scenes. You don't see them much until the end. Lucifer thinks he hasn't listened to all that his father really wants, so Lucifer summons Gabriel, and he says, "I know you're listening. You always are." And he says that he's interested in one of her other talents, and Lucifer needs her to do him a favor. Penelope comes to Chloe's place, and she tells Chloe that she wanted her father to become a detective so bad. They were going to kind of switch off, where Penelope was going to be an actress for so long, while John Decker was just going to be a regular cop, and then she was going to switch and do something, and then he was going to become a detective. Gabriel has brought the goddess, Mum, a.k.a. Charlotte Richards, to God, and Amenadiel tells Lucifer that Michael's been gaslighting Father. God and Goddess have decided to move to Goddess, Mum, her universe, and God tells Lucifer nothing lasts forever, son. He's given Lucifer a life of choice. This one's mine. At our family dinner, you were right. I could have been a better father to you. Since I'm not going to be God anymore, I love you, son. I'm very proud of the man that you've become. And Mum says, time to go, my universe needs me. And God doesn't name a successor. He's going to let Lucifer and Amenadiel figure all that out. And all a part of my plan, God mentions. And then Lucifer's like, how much of this was your plan? And God chuckles. And then Goddess and God leave. They disappear. I don't know if we see them again. I think we see Charlotte Richards' character one more time at least. I'm not sure about God, though. And then Chloe goes to see Lucifer. Chloe says that she's quitting the LAPD. Chloe says if she can help Lucifer become God, I'd be helping everyone else as well. And Chloe says it's her turn to support Lucifer because he's been supporting her all this time. And then Remy shows up as Lucifer and Chloe were having a moment. Can we talk without the human? And Lucifer's like, no. And then she says that Michael has been gathering support from the others, and now Remy is gonna back Lucifer because she hates Michael more than she hates Lucifer, and she bows down to Lucifer. And then Lucifer says, knowing my brother, he won't be wasting any time. Gabrielle, then we see Gabrielle. She actually gives Michael Azrael's blade. And that's what ends this episode of Lucifer. So entertaining stuff. 8.3 out of 10. Again, I kind of just watched this episode without taking more specific notes. Character of the episode for the males is going to be Lucifer. Character of the episode for the females, I picked Chloe. I'm not sure if that's the right pick or not for both of those. Maybe I should have paid attention a little bit more. It seems like we're not getting much of Dan all of a sudden. He's used very sparingly in these episodes ever since his episode where they played the prank on him. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Lucifer and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please consider Hulk smashing the like button. Keep in mind, I cover a lot of stuff on my channel. I have a playlist with a bunch of different random subjects: Walking Dead, Dexter, Breaking Bad, Shameless, Game of Thrones, UFC live fight reactions. I cover a lot of stuff, so check out my playlist. Share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Lucifer. What would you rate this episode, and who, if you had to choose, would be your character of the episode for the males and the females, or if you just want to do one, that's completely fine. My throat is all of a sudden really, really dry, interact with me and the legendary Crazy Coffee Man, the Lucifer fanatic, the foremost Lucifer fanatic that I know, as well as a Dexter and Breaking Bad fan. I always have to mention that, but let us know your thoughts on this episode of Lucifer, or any other thoughts that you have. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel. You are watching the video anyway. Join the team to show your damn support and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.